Hello, my name is Kolo, and welcome back to another Spice and Wolf episode review. Okay, episode 24. I believe this is the second to last episode, and I believe the anime will be ending next week. And now, starting off the review, this episode covers Chapter 5, Volume 4 of the light novel, and chapters 40 and 41 of Volume 7 of the manga. Now, beginning the episode, we come back where we left off in the tunnel that supposedly Truyeo the god dug all the way outside to an altar, and they now know where they are because of Evan's mill down the mountain. And as they are about to go down to the river, Lawrence asks Holo if this den is real or not. She says yes it is, and that the snake was probably annoyed by all the constant worshipping from humans. Also pushing it back on Lawrence, asking if he doesn't wish to worship her. And they head down the river with a smile on Holo's face, basically showing that she was relieved. Probably relieved after seeing or after being reminded of her past as someone who was worshipped. And so they finally get down the hill and Holo then transforms. And here she looks more like a dog. But Holo would probably eat me if she heard me say that, so let's just skip past this. At least this shot looked pretty good. And so everyone climbs on her back, and she goes pretty fast. You can tell from everyone's faces. Elsa really does look distressed here. They also take a small break on their way. Small break meaning that they also go to sleep. Holo also says she feels like a mother here. I wonder if she did something like this with Mayuri then. Or Cole, because she basically sees him as her son. There's also some sounds that Holo makes while she's in her wolf form throughout the episode, which I like that they added because it really does make her feel like she is a massive wolf. Also is a little intimidating. Like right here. Just a small thing. So Lawrence goes to check out what Holo was alerted about. Evan also accompanies him, and they both see a caravan, likely from Enberg. Evan also mentions that Elsa seems to have been thinking about something all this time. Evan asks Lawrence if Holo might be able to kill the whole caravan, but if she did do that, Lawrence explains that they'd just send an army and they can't just keep fighting, so that would be a no-go. Lawrence also notes that the bishop is also in the caravan. He's also here so that he can label the village of Terrio pagan. And because no one from Terrio was harmed because of the poisonous wheat they're saying came from Terrio, the church would be able to claim that Terrio was safe or being kept safe from the devil. And that's how their logic would go to naming Terrio a pagan village. So as they go a bit further on, you can see on Elsa's face that she is still wondering about something, and she finally poses her question to Holo if she's a god or not. Holo states that she is in fact the wise wolf of Yoitz and that she's been called a god for a long time. Elsa then asks Holo, because she bring up harvest, if she is true Yeo or something along the lines of that. Holo says she definitely already knows the answer to that, so she cuts her off. So then Elsa then makes up her mind, saying that she's going to carry on the legacy of Father Franz, and she says that she's going to return to the village. Evan is of course confused, asking why she wants to go back, saying that she can't just abandon the villagers. Holo also does take notice of this. Evan is confused on what to do now. He consults Lawrence for some advice, saying that if he wants to become a good merchant, he'll have to weigh the odds and determine what is good and bad for him. And he kind of gives him a little push, saying that Elsa might still worry, and he makes up his mind to follow Elsa. And then after hearing all this, Holo knocks Lawrence to the ground, asking Lawrence if she was wrong for leaving Yoitz behind. Lawrence says he can't really judge that, but if she did stay and fight the moon hunting bear, she'd be left with no regrets. She does press down a little harder on Lawrence, very surprised that he doesn't have a broken rib or two from this. But then she transforms back, and I like that transition of the leaves coming in to show that she has gone back. You know, honestly, I wish they used the eyes from episode 6, or I wish that they glowed more. That dark red that you see many other times. But I really do like the emotion and the anger in Holo's face here. It does come across that she is very, very angry about this, and that she was maybe holding back. Holo asks Lawrence if she could have maybe defeated the moon hunting bear. Lawrence says he doesn't think so, but if they fought to the death, he thinks they would have filled at least 3 pages. Also, the smile on Lawrence's face really does say a lot about what he thinks of his position right now. You know, it might just be nerves. I'm pretty sure he was still scared for his life though. Lawrence also states that this is all hypothetical and that Holo should understand how foolish she is acting right now. And she knows this all too well. Lawrence brings up after this, what excuse would she have for murdering him? Holo says he wouldn't have any right to complain if she was just a normal girl in this situation. And this hug from the back, I believe in the light novel, he does this when she's sitting on top of him. And I love the way the manga does this whole scene. Also in the manga, I think Elsa and Evan watch this exchange happen. It also helps Elsa come to the conclusion that gods have nothing to do with physical features. Well, at least that's what she says in the manga. It's a really cool added little scene. Lawrence then asks Holo what we should be doing now, and she asks the same question back. Lawrence then thinks back to the miracles Holo says she performed in the past, and he asks her if she can do that again. So Lawrence brings her wheat pouch and she takes out a couple of grains, and she just grows some of the wheat here. I don't really understand why they didn't show it. It's not like we don't know what she's doing. And after all this, Holo just now mentions that she's cold. I guess the anger really heated her up. So then Holo transforms back and Lawrence and Holo catch up with Elsa and Evan. And they come up with a plan dealing with miracles. Holo also says that she is completely fine with acting as the fool in this plan. All the monetary stuff will be dealt with by Lawrence after the miracle happens, and Elsa prays to end out the episode. And that's the end of episode 24. Pretty good episode, honestly. Now, maybe the foreshadowing of this event maybe could have been better in episode 23. Because you might not understand why this is taking place, but you can visibly see that Holo is angry, which I believe maybe is enough to convey this whole exchange. I think Elsa's internal conflict throughout this episode is conveyed well, and Evan's supporting role is done pretty well. But if I missed anything, you can just comment about it. But I believe I'm going to end today's review here. Thanks for watching, and tune in next week to see the final episode review.